Hi, I'm Michael, I'm a student at Brown University, and today I will read the 4 supplemental essays that got me into Brown, as well as share advice about writing the best supplemental essays. As a disclaimer, I do not condone plagiarism. I'm reading these essays specifically to provide guidance to students as to what a well-written essay would look like, and I believe that writing the best essays for your college application are the ones that come from your personal experiences and your own words. So again, I'm sharing these essays because I want to provide an example of what a story could look like, or specifically how to answer specific types of college supplemental essays, but I do not condone the copying of any of these texts or ideas. Essay 1 was the open curriculum essay, or more specifically, Brown's open curriculum allows students to explore broadly while also diving deeply into their academic pursuits. Tell us about an academic interest or interests that excites you, and how you might use the open curriculum to pursue it. The minimum words were 50, the maximum were 250. To preface this, I put my intended major or concentration as biology, and I put my second intended concentration as health and human biology. So this is my essay. While medicine and music may be perceived as being on opposite sides of the academic spectrum, the emotional strength music provides supplements medical practice in a distinctly significant manner. My initial interest in medicine stemmed from my visits with my caring pediatrician, supplemented by the inspiration from my mother's work as the proprietor of her own dental office. From there, I worked to complete scientific research on the effect of luteolin on stress resistance in Canor habitatus elegans and the application of carbon sequestration in the concrete production industry. At Brown, I hope to work with Dr. Cretan to elucidate the vertebrate brain development pathway and its response to musical stimulation. Furthermore, I aim to enroll in the MUSC 2060, The Efficacy of Music, MUSC 2080C, Music and Memory, and BIOL 1610 experimental neurobiology courses to investigate music's connection to biological development while taking full advantage of Brown's open curriculum, which reflects the complex nature of human interest and investigation. Besides developing research and learning advanced coursework drawing the connections between music and biology, I aim to enroll in Brown's Consortium for Advanced Studies Abroad in Barcelona to develop a global perspective and Spanish fluency, which would prove useful in the medical field for communicating in a patient-driven environment. Brown's unique open curriculum provides the best opportunity to develop each of my interests to the fullest and will help me to be successful in the next 4 years of my educational career. That was about 242 words. My advice for this specific open curriculum essay, which is unique to Brown, is to really do your research. Moreover, I also connected these essay topics to my spikes in biology and music, or my academic achievements in biology and music, and this connection really strengthened the essay in my opinion, and the validity of the things that I wanted to do while at Brown. The second essay, which is one that I like to call the Why You essay, asks this question. At Brown, you will learn as much from your peers outside the classroom as in academic spaces. How will you contribute to the Brown community? Again, a maximum of 250 words. So this is what I wrote. At Brown, I hope to contribute to the community both through music and science. Besides singing for hospitals with my school's chamber singers, I am the president of our school's male a cappella group and provide for the community, whether it be for singing telegrams in voicemail boxes or live streaming performances for nursing homes. I aim to join an a cappella group and perform for audiences both nationally and internationally. I hope to encourage volunteer musical performances, especially for those going through difficult times, such as those in hospitals and nursing homes. Throughout my academic career, I worked hard to develop the necessary skills for use as a physician, studying anatomy and physiology and epidemiology and on my school's science Olympiad team. I am interested in joining Brown's Health Occupation Students of America group to develop experience in and gain knowledge regarding the opportunities in the medical field. I also plan to join Brown's Research Club to support a system within the Brown community for connecting other students to research opportunities and developing their presentation abilities. Besides developing medical and research experience at Brown, I also understand the importance of giving back and aim to join Brown's Science Olympiad to organize competitions for high school students like me who competed at tournaments across the country based on their love for science. Brown's wide variety of opportunities for personal development while simultaneously giving back to the community are vitally important, and I aim to better the community by leading volunteer musical performances. So that one was just under 250 words, and the advice for this one follows very similar advice to the previous open curriculum essay. Again, do research as to what you want to do at Brown and then provide details as to how it would connect between your experiences and what you want to do at Brown. Specifically, I mentioned some clubs at Brown that I would want to join and contribute to, and I also mentioned giving back, which connected to my experience volunteering at my local parish. With any of these essays, I find it so important to go right under the word limit or at the word limit, because that is the amount of space that they give you, and you should utilize all that space as much as you can. If I ever find myself below the word count, I just take the time to write more details about a certain event, talk about the who, what, where, when, and why of everything, or I flesh out another idea in another paragraph. It's always easier to cut down words than to try to build it up. So whenever I start writing a draft, I write as much as I can, and usually I'm above the word count, and then I can simply figure out where I need to cut the unnecessary details. Essay number 3, or the home essay. Tell us about a place or community you call home. How has it shaped your perspective? Again, 250 word maximum. I come from a family of musicians. My father, who grew up playing the accordion and guitar, inspired me to play the piano and to sing. He made sure that I tried any instrument in which I was interested, whether it be the electric guitar or violin. As I matured, I began leaning toward vocal performance, and I met a variety of musicians, including those in my choir at my local parish, which was made up of students like me who shared a similar interest in singing. My voice took shape from that group as I learned of the powerful impact a single voice can have on an audience. When I sing, I'm able to express emotions on a plane different from speaking, and even foreign words can be understood at this emotional level through the tone of the voice. I'll never forget the Mother's Day when I sang Ave Maria and saw the tears of the audience even though they could not understand the words I was singing. As I reflect on the experiences I had with the fellow students I met in the choir, from singing at the local nursing homes to performing Christmas Eve concerts, I understand how great an impact they have had on my life and my desire to sing. The hours we would spend rehearsing were always worth the appreciation of the audience and the ability to touch the hearts of others. So for this essay about what I called home, I really made sure to hone in on my personal experiences, and specifically where I would call home. Because when the people are reading these essays, I feel like they want to connect to something personal. They want you to talk about something personal to your life and something that is unique to you, and not writing any personal story is a really big miss, in my opinion, when writing these types of essays. It's really about showing how I was unique, and I think I really did a good job of taking it to a personal level. Again, I connected my personal experiences to my achievements, specifically in singing. So the awards I would get and everything related to that was connected to that music, which is why I wrote about music and home in the first place. And at the end of this essay, I made sure to state a reflection or something that I learned from reflecting on this topic, because then it shows that I have character and I'm able to reflect on the stuff that I think about and write about, which I believe is something that they're really looking for in a lot of these personal reflection type essays. Now, before we get to the final essay, be sure to comment down any questions you have about writing supplemental essays, and be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for more academic advice and college content. The fourth essay was the extracurricular essay, and this essay was much more brief than the other essays, and it simply asked, please briefly elaborate on one of your extracurricular essays or work experiences. And the max words for these were only 150. Here's what I wrote. As the current president and bass section leader of my high school's a cappella group, I've had the opportunity to assist others who struggled as I once had. I've worked to provide students with the opportunity for in-person rehearsals, and I've worked virtually through sectionals and online recording software to ensure the progression of the group. I realize the importance of patience and perseverance, as a student's vocal ability must take time to develop. Moreover, our group's performance for students on Valentine's Day at major venues such as Universal Studios has inspired me to work harder than ever before. Even though we have been limited by the pandemic, I can see the importance of our role in the community. I have worked to ensure that our group still seeks many opportunities to perform for others, whether it be through a singing voicemail or a live stream performance for nursing homes. That essay was just under 150 words, and my advice for this is to be as detailed as possible. When describing what I did on my activities list, I made sure to look at my top ones when thinking of what extracurricular I wanted to elaborate on. Since my passion was clearly shown in music and singing, I made sure to describe all the details of the accomplishments I have had as a leader in that group. Specifically as co-president of that group, I put a lot of effort into doing many different things for the students in that organization when we were going through a tough time right around the time of the pandemic. So I made sure to describe those actions. Also, I made sure to use one of my top activities listed on the activities section of the Common App, because the activities section in general should be ranked by how impressive that activity is or how dedicated you are to it, and I think it was at least in my top 3. But those are the 4 essays that I had to write when I was applying to Brown, And it was definitely difficult to come up with all these ideas, but these essays weren't written in a day. I took the time to write them, review them, edit them, cut them down, build them up, and so on and so forth. If you like this video, be sure to check out my video on how I got into the Ivy League. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more academic advice and college content, and I'll see you next time.